Hi guys, Ralph here, and welcome to True Power on this terrific Tuesday. True Power, terrific Tuesday. The alliteration is just astounding, isn't it? Anyway, yeah, you saw the thumbnail. Howard Stern owes us an apology. Now, let me start by saying this. For the longest time, I listened to Howard Stern. I really did when I was younger. I listened to him every single day. I thought he was hilarious. I loved the way he railed against the man. He doesn't do it anymore. He doesn't do it anymore. He is the man. He's worth $500 million and lives in a mansion out in Long Island and doesn't go out of the house for 2 years. Okay, this is the guy that this is the guy that takes it upon himself to give us health advice. I'm going to leave a link down below. You probably heard it. This rant that anybody that's not vaxxed should not be allowed in the hospital. Everybody should be vaxxed. You know, everybody's supposed to get a vaccine. Back when he was a kid, they got this vaccine and the other one. Why shouldn't it be mandatory so he can go out of the freaking house? He doesn't want to die. I mean, it's just the rantings of a lunatic. If we didn't know this guy was nuts prior to this, then we know it now. He's not a very coherent, well-adjusted man. By his own admission, he's been in therapy for 20, 30 years, sometimes as many as 5 days a week. He's a mess. The first one to admit it, okay? But don't you think, knowing that about yourself, you shouldn't impose your views on health on everybody else? Now, here's the kicker. Here's the kicker, and Howard, you get really hypocritical. If that switch over to the man isn't hypocritical enough, now that you're making money from the man, or you are the man, suppose he was about $500 million. And God bless him. God bless him. I think he's talented. I used to think he was funny. I do think he's funny. But the reason that I stopped listening to him was when my daughter was born. I'm driving her somewhere in the car, and I got Howard Stern on the radio, and sure enough, all this filth comes out, this anti-women filth, and turned it off and haven't listened to him since, other than little sound bites here and there. And when this one came out, everybody has to get vaxxed. Like, you're telling us what to do? How do you feel about abortion? Howard, we're not supposed to tell every woman what to do with their body, right? I'm sure you're pro-abortion, okay? But in this case, since this has to do with you and the abortion doesn't, okay? Since this has to do directly with you, well, we have to listen to you, and you tell us what we're supposed to do. Now, the CDC and Fauci himself, you talk about another lunatic, lying piece of garbage. The CDC, Howard, has come out 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, and said unequivocally, quote, the vaccine does not prevent you from getting the disease. So the vaccine is worthless, is absolutely worthless. The whole definition of a vaccine is to prevent you from getting the disease, whatever the disease is. It just blatantly, Howard, doesn't work, okay? Masks, they came right out and said, do not prevent the spread of this disease or any other disease. This is the CDC and Fauci. This is not me. Now, Howard, you're supposed to be so cutting edge, you know it. Where's your apology, bud? You were wrong. You were staying in your house for 2 years. Now, if anybody's going to listen to this guy other than for a laugh, for somebody that's afraid to go out of the house for 2 years, go ahead. Enjoy yourself. I think he owes us all an apology. He won't. He won't. He doesn't have to. Anyway, that's that. I can give you a link downstairs. You can listen to this ridiculous, uneducated, ignorant, moronic rant. This was 7 months ago, if not longer. And What we know now, Howard, as happens with you a lot, you're wrong. Eat and drink fruits and vegetables and live your life with true power, not the fake stuff, true power. Love you all.